this text is saying that your ancestors had nothing. You may not have had possessions, but they didn't have freedom or the right to determine their own fate. So you have to remember that, because if you don't, you may say, my own power is the might of my own hand, and won this wealth for me. And that kind of arrogance is the kind of arrogance that is identified with idolatry. When you start to put yourself up as God in your own life, you are no better in His mind than the man and woman who were bowing down before idols in the desert. When you start to think that way of yourself that you have deserved, whether it's by even performing the deeds, the commandments, the mitzvot. In other words, I performed the mitzvot, the commandments, therefore I got what I deserved. You start doing that, and you have entered the realm of idolatry, and your arrogance is deadly. And this portion tends to show that. It says, remember that this is the Lord, your God, who gives you the power to get wealth. In fact, there is a teaching that says that if you had two men of equal wealth, the one who was living in a small town and has tremendous wealth, much greater than any that person believes, I'm like God in their lives. Whereas a person with the same wealth who lives among people with equal wealth would understand, I'm no more special than anyone else. And the fact is, if you start to believe that your wealth puts you above others, you are not only become idolatrous, but you are denying the existence of God. And therefore that sense of arrogance is one that one has to guard against. And then you have to remember that God is the one who helps you along the way. In fact, none of us deserves what we have. The fact is, whatever we have doesn't make us better than those who don't have. And if we think that it does, we are defaming God and defiling ourselves.